So I'm a yes for to accept the
We've
resignation of
we've
Jerry Borland.
accepted the resignation.
So that's 5-1.
5-1.
5-1, excuse me, yep. So now it's the important one is selecting the new clerk. Last week, we had a lot of discussion, some of it heated, and 2 people dropped out. Another one dropped out on Monday. First name was Jessica. So we had a consensus on Kim Gatica. And I'm supporting appointing her tonight, and we will swear her in tonight, if this passes. 4 people need to vote for it, and I'm hoping we do, so that things move on smoothly beginning tomorrow. I realize all kinds of threatening things I've received from texts and things like that, but I want to do the thing that is pragmatic. I think we have a candidate that will work, and we will have successful elections, and we will have people paid this week. And we won't have a shutdown of Plymouth Township to scramble to find 2 people to try to do things temporarily and pay them and not have the kind of control over them that you will with someone who is accountable to us, not just someone from the county or a paid administrator.
Mr. Supervisor, I move that the Board of Trustees appoint Kim Gatica.
Go ahead.
Do we have a
Well-
brief discussion?
Well, sure, let me put a motion on the floor and then you can discuss.
Okay, let's do this. Let's push the motion on the floor, then we can discuss it, all right? That's usually one way people do it.
Sure.
All
I
right, go
move that
ahead.
the Board of Trustees appoint Kim Gatica to the position of Township Clerk with the appointment to take effect May.
Well, that one we may discuss. Do we want to do it tonight, but, council? Well, hold on. Should we do this effective immediately so that we could swear, well, we know we can swear her in, but so that way then we can swear in the deputy tonight also? Is the deputy here? She
If the
is?
intention is to swear them in,
Pardon?
Not in the room, but we can grab her.
Okay,
if the intention is to swear them in tonight, it should be effective May 12th, 2026.
so we would change that if that's
Let
okay
me
with you.
restart.
Alternatively effective immediately.
I move that the Board of Trustees appoint Kim Gatica to the position of Township Clerk with the appointment to take effect May 12th, 2026 immediately. The new clerk will receive the identical salary and benefit package of the outgoing clerk.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Buckley, I'm sorry, I heard, what? Okay,
Okay.
all right. Moved by Dershowitz. All right, okay, John.
Okay. It was my great privilege, and many of you know that I thoroughly enjoyed my 6 years as state rep. In 2001, I served with a gentleman who became a circuit judge, Charles T. Lasada. His assistant was Kim Gatica. I have not spoken with Kim in more than 20 years. I have not spoken with her the last few weeks. My observation of her was that she was a very competent legislative assistant. And I had a very positive collegial working relationship with Mr. Lasada, another lawyer. There aren't many practicing lawyers, and I'm not going to make any more comments about my fellow legislators. I just wanted to put that on the record. So I wanted to make a disclaimer on that. And then I guess my third point is, Mr. Supervisor, would you please, I'm asking you to talk a lot the next 10 minutes. I have been informed, I think by your very capable assistant, Sheila Acker, that you have spent considerable time, not only on this issue, and I agree with your word, inordinate amount of time, because I've thought that many times in the last few weeks. We've spent an inordinate amount of time on this clerk thing. I mean, if John Stewart had been, I'm sorry, but if John Stewart had been the supervisor, we would have had an acceptance of a resignation, not later on or before, March 13th. I mean, come on, folks, onward and forward. You're the one who has to work with the clerk and ought to work with the clerk. I'm going to throw a positive thing out there, and you surprise me sometimes.
That's good.
Supervisor Kerming, you surprise me because you say these good substantive things very quietly and then you dismiss them, because there has to be some restructuring. Clerk duties, supervisor duties. We had a very unique setup for 8 years, 9 years, with Borba Heisey, Heisey Borba, Borba Heisey, Heisey Borba. All we heard was that the clerk was spending a lot of time up in the supervisor's office. So if that's the precedent, I would like to hear you talk about your work relationship. I have not heard from people like Ashley, Donna, Denisa, Paula. I mean, I'm a laborer. I'm a grunt person. I even belonged to a union at one time. And then I've been self-employed for 40 years. I haven't heard from those people. And so I'll cast a vote tonight, but I'd like you to enlighten us, and please don't be brief about the extent of your communications with the proposed clerk. You have the floor, Mr. Supervisor, for 10 minutes.
I'm not going to take 10 minutes to tell you that I've spoken to her and others, and I am assured that she will do the job in a great fashion, and that we will be able to work together, and we will impart some process improvements and get control of sometimes out of control processes, and it'll be done. So as a healing move, I urge this to be a unanimous vote. Everybody has their own choice.
Okay, no, wait a minute. You're going to make me do the work.
All right.
Has she spoken to you in your office?
Yes.
Has it been for more than an hour?
It's been about an hour.
Have you discussed the duties and as an old human relations person with the Michigan Municipal League, where I was employed for 2 years, have you discussed the duties and responsibilities?
Yep, she knows what they are. Obviously, it's going to take some training, but it is not rocket science. So,
Okay, well, yeah, I disagree with that phrase. Because, we have, the rocket science, well, no, please, don't dismiss things.
doesn't require a 4-year.
Nothing is ever as simple as it seems. Nothing is ever as simple
Right.
as it seems.
Okay,
Do you think this person has the capacity?
absolutely. Yes.
You want to make significant changes in duties and responsibilities
I
and
can't
structure.
change more than, the law is the law. There's
Well, the law is the
specific
law,
duties.
but no, wait a minute. We all know that the wonderful duet of Borba and Heisey, which has just been severed legally, you're going to have a different relationship with the next clerk, and you're going to be working.
A good working relationship that is efficient and doesn't make people do any more work and spend more time than they have to do a good job.
So the heart of the question is, which Brad Cadwich would always say, what is the issue? The issue is, are you going to focus on your ministerial responsibilities and her ministerial responsibilities and depoliticize the process?
Yeah, it hasn't been politicized on my side.
I know it hasn't,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I commend you
I don't
for that.
intend to do that.
You have a disdain for rabid politicization. And I'm sorry, but I can say that word. You have a disdain for politicization. I met the proposed clerk in the House Republican caucus. She knows that I kept my word. When I was in the caucus, I said I was going to vote a certain way. I didn't change. And the highest compliment is when former state reps stop by my office in Plymouth and say, Stuart, you haven't changed at all. You're still as outspoken and you are consistent on your stand on the issues. Now, I have not spoken to her. So I have to rely on your opinion, your recommendation.
And I recommend you rely on it. I think we're going down the right road.
Okay.
Not I think, I know we're going down the right road.
So now you made this rather abrupt statement that she's going to start tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.?
No, she's not going to come in the office well, she was. I don't know what her schedule is tomorrow, but tomorrow we have to have the deputy clerk in the office at 9 a.m.
Oh, but no, the deputy clerk meaning Paula.
Right.
Okay, and you're assuring us that it appears she's going to stay on through at least December 31 of this year?
I think she may, yeah. She's indicated that she would like to stay.
Lord knows, we need assurances. We need stability. We need consistency.
I think we got it. So, John, I hear you, and we're gonna do it. So, I urge you to vote for Kim Gatica tonight, and we will make it work. It won't be everything. I'm sure there'll be some rough spots somewhere. Something will happen, but that's part of running an operation. You always have some roadblock or surprise that will come up. And that's part of problem solving, just to get past it.
Well,
Business 101.
I would hope she would commit to your values of depoliticizing. She's a Western Michigan grad. She's a bright lady. She's worked for Lara in the state of Michigan. And we have, because the gross politicization of Plymouth Township is something I have had to listen to statewide. And it's disgusting.
All right, John.
I have had the wonderful advice of some other.
John.
All right, I'll save it for my closing.
All right,
I mean,
do that then.
My closing is, what is, I'm ready to go onward and forward.
All right, we have a motion on the floor
Second.
and a second.
Who seconded?
Buckley.
Buckley, yeah. Motion by Dorshevitz, second by Buckley. So a roll call, no, I think it's simple. Council, is it simple up or down?
Let's do a roll call vote, please.
Okay, roll call, all right. Clinton,
Yes.
Buckley,
Yes.
Dorshevitz,
Yes.
Kermy, yes. Groth,
No.
Stewart.
Yes.
Okay, so motion passes. We have a new clerk. So now the part that I don't know a lot about, which is swearing in. I'm going to do that, and let me find the piece of paper.
I can swear at, but I can't swear in.
Okay, Kim, come forward. I think that, let me look at these pieces of paper here. Okay, these are signatures. Okay, good, I see that. And then we have Kim Gatica, okay.
You look worried.
Sheila, where'd you go? Take a picture, or whatever, all right.
She went to get Paula.
Scott can take a picture.
Okay.
Hold on, 2 seconds.
Take a picture of me too.
That's exciting.
Raise your right hand.
All appears.
I, Kim Gator,
I, Kim Gatica,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
and the laws, ordinances, and policies of the Charter Township of Plymouth,
and the laws, policies, and ordinances of the Charter of Plymouth Township.
I will faithfully perform the duties of clerk
I will faithfully perform the duties of clerk
for the Charter Township of Plymouth, Michigan,
for the Charter Township of Plymouth, Michigan,
being ever mindful that my service
being ever mindful that my service
is a reflection on the Township of Plymouth,
is a reflection of the Township of Plymouth,
and I will discharge these duties according to the best of my abilities,
and I will discharge these duties to the best of my abilities.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Let me get, so now Paula Jefferson, who's the deputy clerk, or will be the deputy clerk. Paula, you were unemployed for a few minutes.
You owe us 3 cents.
Put your hands, right? Yeah, do that, and then she'll.
I, Paula Jefferson, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
That I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
and the laws, ordinances, and policies of the Charter Township of Plymouth.
and the laws, ordinances, and policies of the Charter Township of Plymouth.
I will faithfully perform the duties of the deputy clerk
The duties of the deputy clerk
for the Charter Township of Plymouth, Michigan,
for the Charter Township of Plymouth, Michigan,
being ever mindful that my service is a reflection of the Township of Plymouth,
being ever mindful that my service is a reflection of the Township of Plymouth.
and I will discharge these duties
I will discharge the duties
according to the best of my abilities,
according to the best of my abilities,
so help me God.
so help me God.
You guys got a pen?
Congratulations.
Blue or black?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Sounds good? Sounds good. You got a good voice.
Oh, well, the bubbles remind me of Lawrence Welk.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Seriously,
You made me laugh. You made me. I'm Dutch, I'm Scotch, and I'm Presbyterian, and I'm a 47-year lawyer, and you made me laugh. Tony, I was assured by John Clark that I would like Tony because he's had experience.
All right, and then we'll
That's
take some
flip.
pictures
Where
afterward.
they stand up and yell
Hang around
and
in the
scream or
room.
whatever.
It didn't quite get to that level today.
So Tony, you owe me.
So-
You owe me. You owe me. You owe me.
Next item is public comments on anything.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Hi, Mary Tavarozzi. I would just like to go back to the discussion that was that quickly kind of glossed over about the potential for some sort of bonus for the deputy clerk. And people said they wanted to not pay attention to the past precedent. Maybe $25,000 isn't the right number because it wasn't 6 months, it's basically 3 months of doing the job. But I think it's very dismissive, Treasurer Dorshevitz, to say that, oh, it's a slow period and there really isn't anything going on. In the time since the former clerk set sail for Greece, there have been 19,000 voter registration cards sent out to the public, and the clerk's office has also had to deal with the returns and all the paperwork that goes with returning that, and a very tight schedule, as well as a lot of increased calls from concerned voters about those cards. So to say that there wasn't a lot of work being done is, I think, dismissive and incorrect. And the other thing I want to say is, when people made comments earlier about nasty things that were said by board members and others, I think that they conveniently forgot that they said nasty things about the deputy clerk. And anybody else in that position might have just up and quit with what some of the citizens said during those public comments. So not to reward this person for staying here, keeping their head down and getting the work done in very trying circumstances is a little bit disingenuous and beyond the pale. Thank you.
Dwayne Zantop again. I was thinking about something. Something just does not seem right. Last meeting, Jennifer Buckley exposed some confidential information that was in a separation agreement. I'm wondering where that came from. The next thing I would like to say is I really appreciate the efforts of our police department last week. We had a bad situation in my community. The people were afraid to even walk around the block in our community, and they took care of it. I want to thank them again.
Anyone else?
Susan Bondi, resident of Plymouth, in Plymouth Township for 57 years. Ms. Buckley's 5-minute presentation last week was definitely out of order and did not meet intended objectives and definitely was not necessary. Possibly Ms. Buckley did not understand the intended topic. It was not Sandy Growth, it was Jennifer Buckley. Actually, Supervisor, as far as I'm concerned, that should have been stopped. I do think call to order should have been done, if not by, and definitely by one of you. You had to know she was out of order, okay? All that was missing last week was the tar and feathering. Sandy, as far as I'm concerned, deserves a public apology, and I want to thank Sandy for handling yourself so gracefully during that presentation. Now, to those of you who think something unethical has to take place, and I believe that's even some of you, has to take place for someone to resign, as Ms. Groth was forced to do. Obviously, you have never been accused of a lie and prosecuted unjustly. I have. I've been there. It's interesting that members of the public, of the board, seem to be able to publicly discuss this non-disclosed agreement, but Ms. Groth is not able to publicly defend herself or offer a full explanation. Such an agreement does not prove anything unethical was done. Nothing.
Oh, sure. Mindy Ozdarsky.
Sorry, what is your name?
Mindy Ozdarsky. Okay, during the last meeting, it was also brought up that the separation agreement was discoverable through somebody's FOIA. So that's how the document information got out. You had to release it according to law. Other than that, it was also mentioned during the last meeting that it had something to do with inappropriate FOIA documentation. that seem to just go out the wind. And I know from working with O'Melveny and Myers, if I had somebody release sensitive documentation in a FOIA, they would have been fired, absolutely fired, right then and there. Thank you.
Anyone else? So, yeah, maybe last week, if, maybe I should have gavelled down, I didn't, I apologize for that, but now we moved on, and I can't undo that. Everybody has their 3 minutes or 5 minutes, and I tend to believe in free speech, so it does make it difficult to balance that. All right, nothing else? I have a few things, well, Mark Clinton, any comments? Board comments?
Kim is going to be a great treasurer. I'm sorry, going to be a great clerk. We're looking forward to the next 2 years and beyond. Thank you.
Jen Buckley?
No, I have nothing.
Bob
So,
Dershowitz?
I share Mark's sentiments. We chose her because, we thought that, and Jen was gracious enough to step aside when she saw that she wasn't going to get the votes and support Kim. Otherwise, we would have been in a log jam and our township would have been in a big mess. And I appreciate that. I thank Jen for stepping aside when she knew that she was not going to prevail.
John?
Yes, I'd like to name some people and thank them, and I'd like to make a comment. As a lawyer of over 47 years, free speech has limits. Do not go to the Penn Theater tonight and yell fire. The most dangerous people that I've experienced in life are those that have no little red light. I ask you to think about that. Boundaries, self-discipline. I'd like, because of the incredibly positive family I was raised in, I want to thank my mother. I want to thank both of my sisters, retired public high school teachers. I want to thank my wife of 47 years. We celebrated our anniversary yesterday, and I want to thank my daughters, who are 44 and 41 years old. I also want to thank Pam Stopper, Diane Balowitz, Susan Bondi, Mary Pine, Estelle Loliansky, Marcy Becker, who inspired me to stay the same and continue to talk positively about Plymouth Township wherever I am. I've omitted several men, but I've had multiple conversations with a brilliant intellect, work experience, bachelor's degree in engineering, master's degree in business administration, both from the University of Michigan. I'm not an alum, I'm an alum of Michigan State, Wayne State, and Eastern Michigan University. And the guy can call balls and strikes. Then I find out he is a licensed, certified, statewide umpire for baseball games all across Michigan. And that's Bill Ikes. So I want to thank you for your support, for your advice, for your analysis of other women, other men, and what has been going on here, because it's a total aberration. And I'm kind of glad that, so anyway, we need to go onward and forward. And this was a very low point in the history of Plymouth Township. And there will come a day, because be sure your sins will find you out.
Anything else, John? All right. A few announcements. We are going to cancel the May 26th meeting because this room will be having its AV system and the acoustical tiles placed in the upper dome here. It'll take about 6 days, and that is a good week to do it. Also, we're closed on Memorial Day. The westbound lane of Ann Arbor Road at the railroad will be closed for potentially, I don't think it'll be 12 weeks, but that's what we're telling everybody, to build the sidewalk through the underpass. It's been a project that's been under planning since 2019. And the money is available now, and the sun is shining, and that's unfortunately when you have to do construction. So I know we just raised the construction barrels off the south side of the road, so it's not pleasant, but we're going to do it to ensure that the long-term walkability and bicycle ability, which was part of the Plymouth Walk, many moving parts, developing that Elks project, this is part of it. The Sprayscape opens on May 23rd. That's this coming weekend. And the most important thing that I guess affects a lot of people is there's a shredding event in the city of Plymouth on June 6th. So your confidential documents, small electronics can be recycled then, taken to the cultural center. What else is going on? Anything exciting? The gym is installed.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, come up here and ask us. But they won't hear you at home. Unless you don't want to be heard at home, right?
I think everybody would be interested in this question. What is going on Haggerty Road with all the little flags and whatever?
There are 4 fiber optic companies that are placing fiber optic lines in order to gain customers.
Okay.
For extremely high-speed uploading for gamers and people who are using CAD or things like that at home. So that's what's driving most of that. These companies are hyper-competitive, and they're giving us a lot of work in staking. And I hope they're going to be competitive enough to lower the price.
Okay.
But with cable companies, remember we had 3, and nobody lowered the price.
Right, true, yep. Okay, well, I've just, you see all these flags and you think, are they widening the road or what are they doing?
No, they're not widening the road. They're going to be tunneling, pulling fiber optic cable under the ground and establishing junction boxes throughout the township. We already had one that was located on somebody's side yard, which is in the easement, but it is such that when you make a left turn, you weren't able to see the oncoming traffic, so they are moving it at our request. That was on Ann Arbor Trail, west of Sheldon. So these are entrepreneurial companies that are very fast-moving, and they don't like following old-time bureaucratic rules. So it's like having a tiger by the tail to manage them.
One final comment about Lake Point. This is the 3rd township attorney we've had in 2 weeks, and in 2 months, I beg your pardon, I misspoke. You can't do that and apologize. Lake Point residents, my constituents, have asked the township for an attorney to look into legislation and regulations regarding Airbnbs. This just occurred at a community in Oakland County. So when we get a consistent township attorney, perhaps we can look into that.
We're already tracking and collecting data.
Good.
To see if there is a need because of incidents. So we're working that. The police department and the assessor's office and the building department through the ordinance group are handling that.
Would you like a motion to adjourn?
Yeah, we're ready.
So moved.
Second. All in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
Adjourned at 8:35 PM.
Inflicted emotional